Making green off some green. The economic benefits of marijuana will be considered when it comes to legalizing it or not in the state of Indiana.
So WRTV digital reporter Vic Riker found out how our neighboring states are benefiting from the sales and why opponents say it simply isn't worth it.
Recreational marijuana is legal in both Michigan and Illinois. Last year, Michigan regulators say the state's dispensaries sold $1.9 billion worth of cannabis. One tourism entrepreneur says a lot of it was bought by Hoosiers.
You know, Indiana is a huge driver. I mean, I thank Indiana and Ohio every day for what they've done for the Michigan cannabis business.
Michigan doesn't track out-of-state purchases. But Illinois reports that nearly a third of the $1.5 billion worth of marijuana sold last year went to buyers from other states.
We get a lot of people from everywhere in our store.
Katie Lynch Lindgren co-owns Greenstem, a Niles, Michigan dispensary located 5 miles north of the Indiana border. She says about half of her customers live outside of Michigan.
Every summer, due to tourism, we hit every single state in the United States, as well as many provinces from Canada, and then internationally as well.
23 states have legalized recreational marijuana, and another 15 allow medical sales. Shadi Curry employs about 40 people at 8 Indy e-cigs locations and a hemp processing facility in Indianapolis. He says he'll expand if the state ever legalizes cannabis.
All the business owners like myself that would be investing in the cannabis space, the jobs that would create, the amount of money that would go back into enforcement, law enforcement, mental health treatments.
States where it's legal say recreational marijuana tax money funds education, roads, and other government services. But opponents say the money isn't worth the crime, addiction, and health problems associated with the drug. The Centers for Disease Control says marijuana has been linked to social anxiety, depression, suicide, and schizophrenia. One study found that cannabis-related emergency room visits more than tripled in Colorado after the state legalized recreational marijuana in 2014.
No one has regulated it properly. Why should we jump the ball, put our citizens at risk, put our state in a fiscal risk for something that no other state's figured out? Sometimes there is this connotation that Indiana is the last to do everything. But in this circumstance, it's not bad to be last.
An interim committee will study economic issues of legalizing marijuana sometime before Indiana lawmakers return to work next year. Those hearings have not yet been scheduled. Vic Reichert, WRTV.
Vic also spoke to a state lawmaker who talked about the legality of marijuana, and he highlights his thoughts on our neighboring states and their marijuana laws. That interview is online at WRTV.com, along with the results of multiple polls on the subject.